Welcome back. The goal of this video is to take a look at the basic compliance and financial management structures and implement it on Streetchef to see if everything is in place. So Ntando, basically the basic the basic compliance each business needs in place in South Africa is a registered company, a bank account, a share certificate, and a verified tax number. Does Streetchef have this compliance in place?
So we've got a registered business, we've got a bank account, we've got the share certificate, but the tax number, we have not necessarily verified that. We have one, but it's not yet verified with SARS.
Okay, very important. After a company is registered in South Africa, you have 21 working days to verify your number and make sure that everything is in good standing with SARS. Then you can apply for your tax clearance certificate, which is important for people looking to apply for contracts or tenders. Now that brings me to the next part, which is your share certificate and your shareholders agreement. How many shareholders are you?
So there's 3 shareholders in the business and all of us are equal partners, so 33.3% across the 3 of us.
How do you feel the shareholders have done their part in terms of building Streetchef, commitment-wise, effort-wise, time-wise?
Up until this point, I do believe that it does lean more towards certain functions in terms of who does what and who's invested X amount of time. So I would say it doesn't reflect that up until this point, which we're looking at about 8 months now into operations. So that does not necessarily, but obviously at the beginning we thought that would be a fair representation as we're getting started. But as time has gone by, certain people have put in more in terms of time and resource, and so we'd most definitely have to relook at that maybe in a few months' time.
Sure, this is a very good discussion. I can spend hours on this, but ultimately I want to just mention the fact that when you go into partnership with other shareholders in a business, it is equivalent to a marriage. Whatever that person does affects you, whatever you do affects them. So you got to be very sure before you just take on any partners in your business. You got to make sure that you all are in right standing when it comes to the law, that everybody has the same commitment and passion for the vision of the business, that everybody believes in the concept and the idea of the business. Very, very important. And if you can't find the right partners, rather do it alone. All right, I want to encourage you, it's not impossible. It is possible to build business on your own. It's just maybe a bit more difficult because 2 is better than 1 in many occasions. But the last thing you want is to get the wrong people on board because you were excited in the beginning and that person was there. And then you sit with dead weight that you have to carry and pull. Not that I'm saying that's the case in your business, but ultimately good, honest communication is very important as you build a startup, which you are mindful of, and there needs to be a discussion. Right, the next part is your financial management. How does Streetchef manage the financials in the sense of daily recon, monthly statements, as well as management accounts and accounting at year end?
So currently we utilize obviously our bank statements in terms of that, but we haven't really got to a place where we have an accountant who manages our books. So all of that, we do that in-house and we obviously track that ourselves. And there is someone in the business who is responsible for that, one of the 3 partners, but we're not at a place right now where we really got accounting, terminology and software and someone who does that and focus on that full time.
Sure. Just a quick encouragement, if you've got a startup, I suggest you log in every single day to check the cash flow of the business. You've got to understand what's my cash flow levels in order to make decisions in the short term. Right, the next part is your tax strategy. We've had a discussion yesterday about the 2 options. Option number 1, I pay myself a salary and I pay PAYE on a monthly basis to make sure that I don't fall behind on any taxes. The second option is a provisional tax where you pay 2 bulk payments in August, in February. Which tax strategy option are you on?
So currently none of us are pulling a salary from the business, so everything goes back into the business. But obviously based on the conversation we've had, I would say the first tax strategy would be much better suited since it's a more immediate obligation, much rather than having 2 dates where you submit being August as well as the following year, February, or end of the financial year.
Sure.
And then you have a place where you always have to keep money aside. And obviously with running a business, things come up, and if the money's just there and there's an emergency, there's a possibility you might delve into that and use that money. When the time comes when that tax amount is due, you might not have that money on hand. So it's a lot better when it's month on month and you know the money's made provision for, and you can obviously sort out your tax obligations.
Sure. I just want to say this is just suggestions from our side in terms of tax strategies based on my experience. I would highly recommend that you get an accountant to help you with the right tax strategy for your business and submitting those taxes in time, that you're in good standing with SARS. Lastly, brand protection. We've got Streetchef. It's a good brand. You're happy to build this brand for the next couple of years. There's 3 key things that makes a brand 100% safe. Number 1, you need to register a PTY company in the name of the brand or as close as possible to the brand. Number 2, you need to register the domain. And number 3, you need to register a trademark with the brand. Where are you currently at in brand protection?
So we've got the PTY, we've got the domain, but we don't have the trademark yet.
Right, so on a scale, we can now say safely that Streetchef is 66.6% safe. To get that last 33.4%, they need to get a trademark as soon as possible because the company wants to go national, and that means you get national competitors coming in, and you want to protect that brand with all costs. There you have it, guys. In a nutshell, I will see you in the next video.